Hello all, welcome back to our channel Culture Connect with Satya Nambirajan. So today's video is going to be in English because this will be useful for many people. I have recently completed, not recently, yesterday I completed my B2 German exam. So B2, when I wanted to say about B2 German exam, it is for people who don't know about it. B2 is about the highest level in the intermediate level of German. So we have various levels like A1, A2, B1, B2. Then the advanced is the C1 and C2.
A is beginner, B is intermediate, C is
And
advanced.
C is advanced. So in the intermediate, B1 is like the first level and B2 is like little more tougher than that. So I just completed that yesterday. In with all those information, I just wanted to share what I have gone through in this, and might be useful for people who are trying for writing this B2 exam and so on. So why B2 is needed over here in Germany is that for people like many professions, let it be like if you're in nursing or else like a professor, or if you're in teaching, in almost I can say 70% of 60-70% of professions looks for this language certification. Without that, it is really hard to get into it, or you will not able to get into that. I mean, from software sector it might not be of really in need, but it is really well and good if you wanted to really continue in Germany for a longer time. For me, it is more from creating the rapport in the work sector, assignment to management area in software, and also to make my daughter to finish her homework, because for her she's studying in public school, and as a parent we also have to really level up so that we can follow up what the children are studying and we can able to help them with their studies and the school stuff. So this is one of the reason why I have completed the B2. So where I did my B2 examination is that from TELC. And we have two boards, that is one is like Goethe Institute and other one is TELC Institute. I feel Goethe is much more costlier. I have given A1 in Goethe, but after that I went for TELC because TELC is much more, little bit easier compared to Goethe, and Goethe is really costlier because for each module they ask 99 euros and so on. So I'm not sure for B2 what's the price, but I'm definitely sure that it is super costlier than TELC examination. And in TELC, I paid 195 euros for base Y examination. For Bay 1, it was Bay 1, it is like 160. So there is a increase of 25-30 euros. So that is the approximate cost of these examinations. And I have taken from Hartnett Schule in Berlin. They provide that for 100 years. So if you are in Berlin, you can still try out for this particular center. And now let's come to the way of preparation. I was preparing this for past 7 months. Like I started during the winter so that I can beat this winter fatigue. I generally start in the early morning my classes. I had like a intensive course for 2 to 3 months in the winter, and after that it was like my self study because I learned my lessons from B1, where the 3-4 months it is little bit not easy for me to just go and give the examination, because for people who are working it is little bit not that easier to manage with just 1 hour of preparation every day. So I have taken roughly 7 months time and I have given in spring, and ideally I wanted to give it practically I wanted to give it in spring, that is like May or June. The reason is the weather is also much better and you will not shiver or you will not feel cold while you're writing the examination. So B2 examination was compared to B1, it is bit hard. It's very hard I can say, because the words are like we should know at least 4,000 words vocabulary to take the examination. But for me, I think I would know somewhere 2,000 to 2,500 words. But so it was more harder for me. And folks, please believe me that I read 10 chapters of TELC basic base Y. After going through Aspect Noi book, I didn't see all those words which was there coming up in the exam. It was like very different words and very complex words which you can expect for C1 level. So if you are really wanted to clear it, I would say focus more like preparing for C1, then B2 would be much easier. But another thing is also there are two types of base Y. One is like base Y Beruf and another one is normal TELC base Y. I went for normal TELC base Y, but there are many sponsored courses from the government for base Y Beruf. Beruf is for occupations, so that is very harder than this. So people, if you're going for some sponsored courses or something like that, if you're from medical profession, or else if you're from medical, when I say doctors and so on, they go for base Y Beruf, right? Otherwise, you can just go for TELC base Y, basic base Y. It is little easier compared to base Y Beruf. So coming back to the exam structure, how it is like 2.5 hours for writing and 15 minutes for speaking. So in the center where I went, it is the for 2 days examination. That is the first day is for writing and the next is for Mundlish Prüfung, that is the speaking. The first day it was like it happened for 2.5 hours where you have 3 sections. You have 3 sections like Lisa Festehen where you have to go through the comprehension and write answer for that. It will not be direct answer, but you should understand and give what is the summary which they are trying to say. You have to choose that. And next one is like connecting the right advertisements. So it's a lot of verbose and vocabulary which would be there. Please, I would suggest you to go through some 4-5 question papers and then you will get a kind of a handhold on that to solve it within the time. And for cure, I would say please listen to the radio and you get tuned to the way of speaking, because some people have a very strong accent, Bavarian accent, all these kind of advertisements which they share in here, and that's going to be little hard and it will be provided only once. They will just play it for once and you should be able to answer. But in Bay 1, it will be like 2 times they play. But in Bay 5, it is just 1 time. So you have to be very fast in answering those questions as well. And I think, yeah, that's all. And Sprachbauschen, grammar can come from anywhere. So Teil 1 was much easier. Teils Y, the second part was like very hard. So don't focus if you are, it's going to be really hard. But Sprachbauschen grammar part has a less weightage of marks. So don't spend so much time over there. And coming to the writing, Schriftlich, that is the maximum weightage which you have. Like for letter writing, you will have one letter like requesting some information, and another one is about Beschwerde. So Beschwerde is like a complaint letter. You should know to write a complaint. So that carries I think 40 marks. So please focus on the Beschwerde letter. It is something where you can easily score and get the marks done. So these are the tips from the writing per se, which I would say for this. Coming to the speaking part. So Mundlich Prüfung, which happens for 15 minutes. For 15 minutes in Teil 1, it's like first tile would be like you have to present on one topic. It is like something which you prepare at your home and come and present it. I selected something on Riser, the place which you traveled recently, something like that. Which
most people in the exam are saying in Riser.
Riser. I don't know interestingly why everyone selects Riser, but there are some topics like standard topics like sport, music, then Riser, experience with people. So these kind of 5 topics are very standard. You can take any one and prepare and revise it multiple times so that it is very spontaneous on the flow while you're presenting. And then there will be a question on the topic which you have presented and give an answer for that. This happens for 5 minutes. And this is,
What is the mistake you made in it?
you're asking the mistake I made in Teil 1?
Yeah.
In Teil 1, I think I already prepared, so I didn't make any mistake over here. And my evaluation also got over faster. If you are using hard words and clear grammar, they will not ask you to go further. If you are not using hard words, then they will go and evaluate for a longer time. You have to speak a lot. So you try to make it really like a B2 presentation so that it is appealing for the evaluators. And coming to Teils Y is the complicated one, which I would say, because Teil 2 is like you have to you make a discuturant. Discuturant is like you have to discuss with your partner about the topic what they have provided. You have to make an opinion. You have to first of all understand what is provided. It's a big paragraph, 1 page. You should be able to understand, keep your opinion, and then you should say what happens in your homeland. And then there might be a question which is coming from the evaluator, and you have to ask what is the opinion with the opposite partner as well. So they make their opinion and then you have to say whether they agree or you don't agree. So this is what happens in Teils Y. This is a complicated tile. So try to follow the structure, like what is given in the thema and how it's interesting. So try to bring a structure. Most of the time people get nervous and they don't follow the structure over there. So try to follow the structure, then you will get at least half mark for this. Half mark is like 30. For 30 you will get at least 15. And coming to Teil 3, that was kind of an easy one because you will see this earlier. You would have seen in B1, right? Like gemeinsam planen, like planning together for some party or some birthday. So this has to be also having various B2 level words. So focus in what are the words you can put over here compared to B1. So in 15 minutes, this would be done, and there might be some questions from the evaluator. So don't get panic. Answer for it, and then move on. So what happens is sometimes when they ask the question, right, your flow breaks and you get nervous. So that might really make you to get nervous. So just calm down and bring back the answer to it. So that's how the Moonlish perform would be. And yeah, that's all my experience with respect to B2 preparation. And overall, if I say earlier when I started with A1, right, I used to get scared. I will be frozen when someone asks a question about a topic. But now I'm not having that angst when I say I'm not having that fear towards Deutsch. It is like you get very much used to it. Now you can understand. At B2 level, you can able to understand and communicate to some level what you feel like. At least to that level, you would able to do it. So I would suggest people, if you started with, please go ahead and try to complete till B2 and then focus on your speaking. It will help your life much easier to sail through in Germany. Yeah.
And angst is a
Angst is like nervous, afraid.
is an English word which is borrowed from German. Tell us some mistakes that you made in preparation in the exam that people can avoid.
Initial days of my preparation was good. I used to prepare every day, writing, collecting the right materials and all those. But as time comes nearby, right, I heard a point from our new government that citizenship will be not provided with C1 for 3 years and all. So that news was like kind of something which I didn't expect. So I just lost my spirit of preparation. So don't lose that spirit of preparation. Always learning a new language is a sinusoidal wave only. When I say that, it will be like ups and downs. You will be one day so motivated, other day down. You will not understand. You will sometimes understand. It's always like that. But the payback what you get is after finishing the exam, you feel, yeah, now I can understand these things better. And even psychologically also, you feel much better about when you are trying a complex thing or a challenge out of it. So please focus on every day preparing, at least listening or reading or something for half an hour. If you can't prepare it completely, at least keep a touch on it.
So on that day, personally, what are the things that happened?
Okay. So on that day when I went, right, when I was speaking to some of the Indian candidates who came, there is one girl who is a nurse who came, who wanted to become a nurse over here. So for her, the B2, clearing B2 is very, very essential. The reason is her visa is going to expire in August. Otherwise, if she's not going to get the B2 certificate, that's the only remaining certificate she has to submit to get her job. Otherwise, she has to go back to India because she has come in chance and kata. That is 1 year time. So she was in a heavy stress, highly stressed, and she was from the time I spoke with her for 45 minutes. She was all the time going back there. And I just told her, please leave the stress. Just now focus only on presenting what we can do. Otherwise, all this comes in front of your eyes and you can't focus on the delivery, what you can do over there. So that was the exact stress which she had while she was presenting and talking with me for Tile 2.
Which is the speaking.
Yeah, which is the speaking in the speaking. So I would say if you have all these kind of baggages, unfortunately for many jobs, the language certificate is linked to their job here.
Like in nursing,
Yeah, like nursing, professor. And if you have come in chance and card or opportunity card, it's going to be really a make or break kind of scenario. Yeah, that is true. For certain professions like nursing and then professor, on all these kind of things, right, where you have connect with the people, but not for software aspect, I would say. And she was saying last year it was only till B1, but this year they made it till B2 is very much mandatory. So here also they are improving the level. And next year, if they are going to say B1, there's nothing to stop them. Last time I told I will pass. So if it happens, I will say. Otherwise, also, this time I don't have any stress. I feel content after doing this exam. Yeah. So if any questions, please write in our comments. We read all your comments and we try to give answers if any particular questions are there. So thank you all. Bye. Subscribe to our channel.